This one's for the ladies. PropAholics, welcome in. What's up? Hope everybody's doing well. Got a good PropAholics show on the way. Happy to be here. How's it going? What's crack-a-lacking? What's up, you savages? Starting the show off right with a few sips of a good drink. You guys know what it is. It's a Thursday PropAholics show. You know? Did I hear the word about Dan Hooker? I did, but I'm not ready to say I actually believe it, though. I don't know. I don't know, man. I feel like that could just be a hater X trying to, trying to fuck around. You know? Trying to get under the skin. She's pissed off at how it went down. I don't know. More news coming on everybody's favorite fighter, Dan Hooker. We'll hear about it shortly, I'm sure. So where are you guys hearing that it's Yuri Prochazka fighting for the belt against Ulberg? I don't see any like official announcement. I'm seeing Dante Johnson Todorovic. Oh, no, excuse me. Dante Johnson Brundage. Appreciate the consistent content, Jay. Hope UFC feeds us over these next several weeks. We're locked in. Let's go, Pluto Rambo, my boy. Yes, I think they will. Thank you, bro. What's up, chat? What's up? You literally left school just to watch PropAholics with good Wi-Fi. I love that. I love it, bro. You know, you're too cool for school, dog. Too cool for school. Too cool for school. How you guys been? If you guys are consistent PropAholic savages, you know the drill with the show. You know what I normally bring. We're going to run through each and every fight on the card. I'm going to discuss the prop betting side, obviously, with the input of you guys. It's not me breaking this shit down alone. We'll talk all of the lines, whatever, you know, catches our eye, etc., etc. And we'll see if we can cook up some magic this week. Maybe some sneaky props that I haven't thought about yet. Obviously, this week's Best MMA Bets came out yesterday. And that show is always a cult classic. You know what I'm saying? It's always a cult classic. More than a cult classic, even. You see Strickland Hernandez fight promo was actually really good, even though the thumbnail is cooked. You know, I didn't even see the fight promo. No, I haven't clicked on it yet. I'm going to have to watch it. It's on the YouTube channel. I did see the weird looking thumbnail, actually. Cedric was Dumas versus McVeigh is perfect, bro. It's a great fight. Loser definitely leaves town. Is that a legit page, Swerve? Is Prochazka versus Ulberg real? Is it real? Is he trustable? I mean, I would love if it's true. Make no mistake. Cartoon AJ in the thumbnail is gold. AW, bro. It's a vibe and a half. Vibe and a half and a half and a half. Hey, keen for the show. Got my notes here and some nice reads. MMA Jacqueline out. We're doing tape study on Tuesday. I made some parlays as your lock. Made the same parlay as your lock. Paku. Thank you for 25 months of membership. The fact that you savages also are on my savage call boosts the confidence even higher. Fuck yeah, Paku. Let's go, man. It's savage lock time this week. We're going to be dancing our way to success this Saturday. I see it. White Monster is the nectar of the gods. Agreed. White Monster is the only energy drink that I'll touch. I used to fuck with the Alanis and stuff like that, but not anymore. White Monster only, bro. If it ain't White Monster, it ain't for me. If it ain't White Monster, it's a no, baby. Kyle RDR's official 326 co-main. Well, that card's a letdown. Am I doing the late night tonight? I mean, I'm doing this stream and then a members stream after. So, yes, I'm doing a late night. We'll get into the props in a couple of minutes. I have no idea, Nasalim. There's a difference? Judice, Valle, Coria, Delija, Jacoby Smith. I mean, it's definitely a live 4-1 favorites parlay. I think so. Also, chat, we need a lot of likes to start. Let's get 40 likes up in here before we even get into it. Dan Hooker is not even confirmed gay, bro, but he might be bi. Might be, but I emphasize might. His ex talking crazy, bro. We don't know the story, you know, of the ex. Come on. She might be bitter as fuck. You know? Dun, 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 dun. We're very confident. I play that parlay at chalk. Sharp minds think alike. Let's cook this week. Hey, W, Paku. I'm glad I got some G's up top on the same side. It means a lot, bro. Yeah, exactly. Side piece, ex-stripper, desperate whore. Probably. Hey, you can't wait for the Neal Medish section. I'm excited for that too. We're live from the stanky Chicago suburbs, W Chicago. Chi-Town. Chi-Town's finest, bro. Is Chi-Town's finest. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me pull up the card here. And we'll get into everything. So I'll throw pull up number one here in just a minute. Poll number one in just a minute. In just a minute. All right, poll one is up. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. All right, all right. Let's jump into this thing. Okay, so first fight of the night, the ladies going after it all the way down here at the bottom. Let's scroll down and let's zoom it in. Juliana Miller versus Carli Judice. Listen, my brain tells me automatic, clean slate, Judice live for the finish. I'd be rather surprised if Juliana Miller gets her down and does any type of significant damage. I mean, her jiu-jitsu's good, relatively speaking, it's good. But Carli Judice is a fighter, though, and a well-rounded prospect at that. I don't trust in the side of Juliana Miller, at all. But if you're tempted on the underdog, you got to kind of just chase a sub prop. So to me, mentality says Judice not only to win, but Judice to win by knockout. That's the most likely outcome, you know? That seems like a very reasonable call. Of course, if you look towards the numbers here and we look at the odds for this fight, minus 800 is the favorite status for the side of Judice, huge favorite. And then if you're thinking about, all right, well, I'm intrigued by the knockout prop, you got minus 160. Here's what I'm going to describe. Striking differential, vast. Striking differential, more vast than the MMA grappling differential. Yes, it's minus 160, of course, but I think Judice to win by knockout is incredibly likely in a matchup of sorts like this, where you have one more slow twitch woman who's known for the offensive jiu-jitsu versus a well-rounded girl that seems like she's going to be breaking into the top 15. I mean, let's be honest. Judice to pull it off by money line odds is not bettable. But the KO prop at minus 160 is, seemingly a real possibility. Now, it would be kind of nuts, though, if she went out and subbed her. I don't think that happens. But I don't think you're crazy if you're like, okay, I think Judice wins. But maybe you got the thought process of, yeah, but Juliana Miller's in great shape and she's really fucking tough. What if we go like, do we want to bet a women's knockout at minus 160? What about a decision? I'll put that on the PropAholics lineup, though the official method of victory prediction stands. And then, is anybody on Miller? Let me see. Not really. If Miller is to win, it would probably have to be a bit of a miracle submission, right? Some type of miracle after Christmas. Round 2 KOs plus 500. I wish there was a round 2 or 3 option. Judice wins by KO round 2. Let's find it. Judice KO round 2. Where is it at? Plus 375. Round 3 plus 650. I mean, I don't love it. Maybe I'll put it in. Do you guys want the KO round props? Votable options? Is that what strikes your luck? Round 2? Is that what calls? Juliana Miller is tough, but she's just not very good striking wise. But I'll lay this claim out to you right now. Juliana Miller, if she were to face off against Yunesi Dubin, I think she'd be live to submit her. But I think Nicole Cagliari would most likely beat her. With that being said, the fact that we saw a finish from Judice over Cagliari, come on. I like Judice wins round 2 or 3 for sure. I think round 2 or 3. I don't think it's a first round knockout. I think it's a second and third round knockout. I think Judice is going to be busting her up, finding her shots. Why do I have no option? Where are you getting the round 2 or 3 option at, Paku? Where can we find it, bro? Where's it at, bro? Where's it at? Because at plus 200, I like Judice round 2 or 3. If she gets a first round knockout, I'd be surprised. Luana Santos stopped early. You're right. Listen, it's possible. Judice decision, I'm saying her. I put Judice decision as an option. We're going to get the votes up for the props here momentarily, but I just want to see if Paku has me a source for where I can find this round 2 or 3 option. FanDuel has round 2 or 3. KO props. Jesus. I love that. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I'm looking at the overview of fight odds. They don't have it, which is stupid. You think they would. You got round 1 or 2 at minus 125. I mean, 1 or 2 is live as well. Just to meet in the middle, let's do this. Use KO round 2. Plus 375. You're right, bro. The Aussie books are different. You're right. You're right. I'll put a 3-er decision up there. What's round 1, actually? Let me see. Judice KO round 1. Plus 210. Nothing, really. Wow. Judice wins round 1 or 2. Minus 125. Jesus. Jesus. Let me check Hard Rock real quick. I just want to get a full slate. Full slate, bro. Do I have to fucking sign in? Are you kidding me? That pisses me off. I'm not signing on my computer. Hard Rock better bet online's my OG, not my bookie. I'm closing out the poll. Fuck the poll. It's done. Judice at 86%, of course. She's heavily favored to win, for sure. For sure. Very favored to win. Very much so. 86% Judice. I'll throw the options on the table here. We'll go Judice, KO, minus 160. Terrible. That's awful. That's just stupid. Judice, decision, plus 225. What are we doing, you know? Judice, KO, round 2, plus 375. Fuck, man. Judice, KO, round 3, plus 650. Fuck it. All right. I'll give you some options, bro. If you like first round KO, it's plus 210. The 14% picking Miller, they're just praying for a submission. They're praying for like a fluky ass sub. It won't happen. I'll be shell shocked if it happens. There's no chance, bro. I really don't think there's much of a chance. I would be like relatively shocked. No other way to describe it is shock. I don't see it happening, bro. Nah. No fucking way. No fucking way, bro. Bro, Judy's 2 and 3, honestly. I'll put it in. I'll do a second run. I feel like Judy's KO at 45% suffices for now. I'm going to do another one. The show is on, OG Smoker. We're only in fight number 1, bro. You're not late or anything. We're talking about the ladies prelim, bro. I'm just having an in-depth convo. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Paku option on the table. Paku's best bet. All right. If you get 2 or 3, I love that. All right. Bam. Just for those that got Miller, I put a money line fluke out there. Money line fluke. It could be too much. You're right, Pick'em. I mean, Judice has got fast striking, bro. One of my favorite plays on the card, first prelim women's finish. I love it, bro. We need one. That's crazy, KZ. They got you limited on what you can say. Watch your tongue, KZ. They're coming for you. Especially with how base you be doing your videos sometimes, bro. They get you in some trouble, my boy. They're coming for KZ. They're hunting for his fucking neck, bro. Oh, shit. Big Z's in trouble, bro. Miller, lock of the week. Listen, if Miller pulls it off, what a fucking Hail Mary. What the hell you want early tonight? Hey, I'm going a little earlier for one simple truth, man. Got to make magic happen before 10 o'clock at night because I'm trying to do a nice members stream tonight. After the PropAholics show, I got the members after hours Q&A. You're opening your own MMA gym next April with my 2 sons. So proud, 4,200 square feet with MMA, CrossFit, strongman training. Cheers and thanks for the shows. That's awesome, Maxime. Where is it going to be? What state? Hey, PropAholics is we're ready, bro. You're a chalk addict. Listen, minus 160 is in your face with Judice by KO. Then Judice by KO is still winning on the people's poll. but the KO round 2 or 3 is well liked. Hey, OG Herb, bro. He is an OG. He is the Herb man himself. He likes the side of the decision, which I don't think is like a mad call or anything. It's a possibility. Hey, CBS MMA Corner. I think it's CB's MMA Corner, but CBS, something about CBS Sportsbook, man. Thank you for becoming a member, bro. All love and appreciation. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you. W to the newest member, man. Thank you, guys. We got a member stream after this, so good day. Listen, if you're going to join members, do it on a fucking PropAholics Thursday, because then right after we do member shows. And I'm doing members as soon as I finish here, but this show's at least 2 hours. All right. Let's keep it running, man. We got lots going on. Yeah, man, we got lots of people to talk about here. Yeah, I want to make it happen. Yeah, let's run it. Give us a flex. Am I still lifting, bro? I'm fucking getting leaner by the day, my dog. Give us a straight flex, bro. Straight flex action, bro. My fucking chest just pumped as I did that. Straight fucking flex, man. Woo. Tonight is the first PropAholics show. We've had a few shows this week. The Jordan Leavitt fan base is screaming right now as he is set to make his UFC return. Wow. All right, let's jump up to the next fight on the card. Let's get it cooking, man. You guys ready for it? Because I am. We have Jordan Leavitt at 145 versus Yadir Del Valle. Of course, I'm going with the Cuban monster. I have to. Jordan Leavitt has a decent submission game. Herb just gifted 5 memberships with a Savage. Thank you for gifting 5 memberships, Herb. Yeah, fuck yeah. W, man. We need more members than ever, bro. This next member stream coming up is going to be lit. Thank you, Herb. I appreciate you, my dog. W, Herb. Listen, man. Jordan Leavitt, bro. Let me tell you. He's looking ripped and jacked. Let's go to Jordan Leavitt's Instagram. I just can't go with Leavitt here, man. The lighter man's skill. The the Cuban freak size. I mean, I respect Leavitt for attempting to do something different. I just don't know, man. I just don't know. I think we have a dangerous Cuban fighter that you have to favor. Dropping from 155 to 145 never works good. Think about it. Think about all the guys you can think of that dropped from 155 to 45. Who really found more success? You know? A lot of guys moving up from 45 to 55. But on the contrary, Pettis tried to go down. He wasn't great. He was okay. I think normally it ends up being a negative, cutting that extra 10. I think Del Valle is going to be too dangerous. I think Del Valle inside of the distance, I feel like he probably lands some heavy shots. He's too scary, man. Too scary. You think Del Valle decision? I mean, listen, it would be a respectable loss for the game Jordan Leavitt. But ultimately, I don't know. I could see him getting stopped. But let's just, for the sake of argument, let's believe in Jordan Leavitt's durability a little bit. Jordan Leavitt's a UFC veteran. Yadir Del Valle, new fighter to the octagon. 2-0 in the UFC. Let's say Jordan Leavitt survives. Decision for Del Valle plus 300. Del Valle inside distance minus 170, which I do think is live. The over 1.5 rounds is minus 150. If you want to respect Jordan Leavitt, maybe you believe he's going a little longer. Now, do you guys predict Del Valle by submission or knockout? That's where I think he gets tricky. Jordan Leavitt never been knocked out before. Yadier Del Valle only 2 KO wins before submissions. Granted, he's got 4 decisions too. What's interesting is a plus 300 decision. Del Valle straight money line. He's a 4-1 favorite, bro. You think Leavitt's the better MMA grappler? Yadier better have game plan to make this a striking fight. So if he fucks around too much with grappling, you could get swept and subbed. That over 1.5 seems nice though. At minus 150, I feel like it's live to go over 1.5. If Del Valle destroys Leavitt in 1 round, that's a big fucking deal. I feel like that Del Valle decision or even just the over 1.5. Del Valle sub. Obviously, the sub is the side I'm leaning towards putting on. I'll put Del Valle sub. At plus 255. Bam. Chat, we're at 41 likes. Let's get 50 likes up in here. Smash the like button. It's a long stream, chat. It's a long stream. This is a big show. PropAholics. We're live for hours, really. Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun. Del Valle, 79% of the community poll. So he's a confident pick from the people. It's Yadier, but lower confidence the money line. So, Paco, you with me? What do you think about over 1.5? I guess we'll see what the votes, what everybody's thinking, but I'm curious your take on that. This is live, Ivar. Yeah. PropAholics is always live, my boy. I'm here talking and hanging out. In reality, Del Valle is want to know in the UFC. 1-0, I think you mean. Yeah. Because the Dolgarian fight was a no contest. Yeah. That fight was bullshit. You're right. Inside distance is a rough number. But ITD or decision feel the most right. You thought you were watching a video? Hey, well, better when it's live, bro. I'm going to let the votes on the poll play out. Inside distance seems pretty likely. I'll say this. If you look at Del Valle's history, okay, he has 5 first-round wins, 1 second-round win by knockout, and then 4 decisions. So it's normally first or second round. So if you wanted to be a little more sophisticated with your attack, you could consider going Del Valle wins round 1 or 2 at minus 120. Not a great line. Where's Gable fight? He's fighting in Mexico. I think it'll be on later tonight. I'll probably be doing members while it's on. I think if you sit on the sidelines of this fight, you're not crazy. I left Del Valle out of MCP, not because I don't think he wins, but, you know, we have a 1-0 UFC record and then 1 fixed fight. So it's not like we can have supreme confidence. You know? What ethnicity is the hair coming from? My Italian side, man. My grandmother always says that I have her family's hair. They all got real curly hair. We have the, you know, metaphorical Jew froze, but they're Italian. The Italian fro. The poll is close. I'm going to leave it a little bit longer. Keep getting votes in, man. Make some motherfucking noise, chat. Yo, how crazy is it if Yuri Prohashka is actually fighting against Olberg? That is a fucking dream. That is a fucking dream. That is a fucking dream. Shit. Wow, everybody's saying Prohashka Ulber. Oh, shit. Is it real? That's the question. Is it real? Of course I watch Sopranos, bro. Of course, bro. I woke up this morning, bought myself a gun. Mama always said you'd be the chosen one. Born under a bad sign. AJ is scared from all the fake news. He's been tricked, bro. Like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm terrified of the fake news. Yeah. The MMA fake news is annoying. So it's like I can't, with extreme confidence, believe that it's true. You know? If it is real, it's sensational, but I don't know. If it's real, that's great. But as of right now, it's unknown. Let's see what the poll's looking like here. Del Valle inside the distance is actually taking a strong lead, so the poll is going to get closed out. 16% on Del Valle decision with 42% on Del Valle inside distance. The clear winning side, Del Valle inside of the distance at minus 170. I'm predicting a stoppage too. Smith Harrell, I mean, I'm leaning Smith, bro. It's a great fight if true, but I feel like we're just getting baited, bro. I'm not going to believe it until a legit source announces it. I don't know, man. If I see championship rounds is on it, then okay. Or MMA Orbit even. But if not, I can't believe any of it. The polls are awesome. Hey, W little stinks. Listen, the polls are to get you interacting, you know? This show is the community show. You know, I'm hosting it, but without you guys, this show doesn't work. So W to everybody that votes in the polls. I appreciate you guys a lot. It means the world to me, actually. Well, Del Valle inside the distance is the clear winner. Take with that as you wish. Up next, we got Jean-Paul Lebosnoyani and Phil Rowe. We'll get that up here momentarily. Keep running the likes up, chat. Let's get 60 likes up in here for fight number 3. Let's keep the likes on and moving. All right, all right. All right, all right. So, next fight on the card, we have a matchup between Phil Rowe and Jean-Paul Lebosnoyani. Listen, Lebosnoyani feels like a strong A side, seemingly a high fight IQ, an intelligent prospect, 9-2 right now. Fills out the frame nicely as a thicker, shorter welterweight. I don't want to compare him to Sean Brady, but has more of that jacked muscular build. I do think that Phil Rowe's flaw will be exploited here, and he's too comfortable on his back. I think John Paul can out-wrestle him. I think he can control from top position. And the striking of John Paul is nice. The one element of the fight that John Paul has a massive deficit in is obviously the long-range boxing, with Phil Rowe coming in with a crazy 8.5-inch reach advantage. But to be fair, if you watch Phil Rowe's fights, he's not a guy that just sits on the outside and works long-range strikes. Phil Rowe, a lot of the time, is closing the gap and fighting in the clinch and fighting like a shorter man. I mean, he likes to fight in close range. And against John Paul, I just think he's going to end up on his back, you know, not that Jean-Paul Lebosnoyani can't strike with him. Not that Jean-Paul Lebosnoyani couldn't have moments, because he is a very technically sound kickboxer. It's just, I think the path of least resistance is to mix these takedowns in. Now, Phil Rowe is a longtime UFC veteran at this point, whereas Jean-Paul Lebosnoyani, this is fight number 1 in the UFC. Blew the roof off the damn Apex with a sick head kick knockout and really burst on the scene fast. So The money line is minus 205, deserving. Phil Rowe is not an easy guy to stop. So I know the mentality seems to be, okay, well, Lebosnoyani's got to be live to knock him out. He might. Maybe he's live to sub him. Maybe. But positional dominance, I think, is also a real possibility. You know, decision win, not that it's what the masses would like to see, right? We want to see violence, but Siukyun Ko pulled it off on the scorecards with positional control and dominance. And absolute W, thank you for $9.99. I think the MMA Guru had a great take on this fight. Eileen Rowe should be a time where Rowe's time in the game wins again. Thank you for $9.99. Listen, respect to the Guru himself. But I think John Paul Lebosnoyani ends up in top position. That's the issue, man. If it's striking, it's different. But Phil Rowe was getting tossed around by Angelosa. Phil Rowe, he came back against Losa. You guys know that's a cult moment of 2025 on the channel. It was a great comeback, but he was losing. I just have a hard time picking Phil Rowe. You know? What'd you tell the barber? I mean, they show him a picture of like a flow style cut. A little shorter on the sides, but not buzz. Keep some hair on the top, but keep it a little longer in the back. Tell him you want some flow in the back. You know, you don't want a mullet because you don't want it faded up on the sides. Just a little trim on the sides. So thank you for $9.99, Glass House. Generous dono, my boy. I appreciate you a lot. I'm looking at Lebosnoyani decision. That jumped out at me first, and I was like, okay, this seems pretty likely. Now, his jiu-jitsu, Lebosnoyani's, is seemingly nice with 5 submission wins. Phil Rowe on the other side, never been submitted though. Knocked out one time. I feel like it's almost a bait to go with Lebosnoyani by, finish. I think over 1.5 is a very sneaky play that you could consider at minus 165. So I'm going to put that as an option. I think Lebosnoyani by decision makes the most sense. If Lebosnoyani won by sub, I'd be impressed by it, but I do not think it's going to happen. But I would be very impressed. And, it's a fight, not an impossibility of something different happening. All right. So if you're on the Rowe side, if anybody's on Rowe, because I see 35% of the chat is on Rowe. If you are on Phil Rowe, do you like him by knockout? Or do you like him by decision? What is the Phil Rowe side picking? Flo J cooking. Hey, W Hollow Heretic. Yeah, bro. Fuck the bangs being past the eyes. That sucks. All right. Rowe decision. Okay. I'll put it on there. So we actually have a fun poll here. You guys will see in a second. The votable options are fun. It's a good little debate. All right. Here we are. Right. Rowe's takedown defense is such a problem. I can't trust in Phil Rowe. All right. The poll's up now. Lebosnoyani by decision is my official prediction for the fight. And at plus 275, I mean, I think it's likely that he's positionally sound and dominant. Hey, W40KOTS, what's up, bro? What's up, my boy? I'm feeling fucking fantastic, yo. Hell yeah. Rowe KO. Shit, balls on you. For a guy that hangs on his back playing BJJ so much, he does absolutely nothing. I completely agree, Paco. It's why I can't, in good faith, pick Phil Rowe. I had my moment against Losa. I got to know when to bail on Phil Rowe. I picked against him last fight. I'll pick against him here. I got to know when it's time to to slide off, you know? And I think Lebosnoyani's too smart. The fight IQ should be on display. And I think he's going to deliver a decent performance here. I think so. A decent showcase. Lebosnoyani by sub. Listen, it's plus 250. It's live. The fight going distance odds, let me get them for you. Fight goes distance, if that's your prediction here, plus 150. So if you want to just play fight goes distance, there you go. You think he's going to gas after round 2? Okay. Bro, you got balls going Pereira lock of the week, man. Michel Pereira looks like checked out from fighting. I don't know with Pereira, dog. Personally, it's a stay away. I think over 1.5 is nice here at minus 165. The poll is closing out as it is with Lebosnoyani by decision in first place, but in second place is a strong play. It's a good call. This fight seems really live to go over around 1.5. And minus 165, not a bad tag at all. If you were looking for a fight, you're like, you know what? I think I can go over. I believe it. I think it's very live to be a decision, you know? It would be impressive if Lebosnoyani stopped him. I just don't feel confident that he will. Fresh Prince KO round 3. Shit. I'd rather bet on Johnny Walker than Pereira too. Completely agree. Yeah, man. I couldn't bring myself to have faith. Not in that one. Nah. Not on Michelle. Not in Michelle Pereira. Michelle Pereira looking washed, bro. If you had to bet, you're definitely taking the over. I think it's a money over. I think it's a nice call. All right, let's get ready for the next fight. Let's keep on moving up the card. Next fight on it. We got Ramiz Brahimaj versus Punahele Soriano. I like Ramiz Brahimaj to beat Soriano. I feel like Brahimaj's submission threat could show itself here. Now, I know Puna's got some heavy hands, but to be fair, outside of the sick knockout of Uros Medic, which is a little fluky, he's been more of a wrestler at 170, and that's not something that I think he finds great success with in a matchup like this. Brahimaj is a very good submission game. He's a grappler first. He does have some power in the hands, but he's not a crazy fucking slick striker. He's more of sit in the pocket, throw power. Puna's kind of a wild puncher with big hooks. I just don't love Punahele Soriano's overall game. I mean, we've seen him exploited on the ground at 185. And I just think it's possible here too against a Brahimaj who's honestly shown some nice improvements over the past year and a half. He's on a good win streak. He was a really big underdog at open. I mean, this started off as a fight where Brahimaj was plus 146. Now it's minus 115. So essentially even money down the line for a fight that bookies wise would be considered a coin flip matchup. How do I think it happens? Well, personally, I look towards Brahimaj's submission threat as an X factor in this matchup here. I think he's just better at submission grappling. Enough so where it's, of course, going to be a Brahimaj submission as a potential call at plus 155, at least a votable option. Now, on the other side, Punahele Soriano, right, does deliver some decent boxing. He does have big power in his hooks. But to be fair to the side of Brahimaj, never necessarily been a chinny fighter before. He's been stopped once. It was, the ear bursting against Max Griffin. And I think Brahimaj is a lot better since that point. how I look at it, if you are going Soriano, it's almost Soriano by decision making more sense, but I don't even feel confident in that. I don't think Soriano does beat him by decision. I think Brahimaj could end up winning the decision, but sub makes more sense to me. And then do you ask yourself the question, how long does this fight go? Do you think this fight starts round number 2? It's minus 225. Starts round 3 plus 110. I feel like the fight finishes in the first 2. Brahimaj round 1 or 2. Only plus 140. That's not great. You like Puna by KO? Puna by KO is plus 325. Puna by KO. So if you like that shit, there it is. All right. Let me double check the over 1.5 real quick. Over 1.5 at minus 144. Damn. Puna needs to watch his head position during all the clinch and grappling exchanges. Brahimaj can snatch that neck at any time. Puna can be lazy positionally. And he was, listen, recent wins. Beeza, no sub game. Veretinikov, no sub game. Uros Medic, who he beat by knockout, no sub game. I think Brahimaj by sub is like too obvious here. I really do. I think this fight does end inside the distance. I'll put under 2.5 as an option at minus 165. Let me get the votes pumping up in here. Brahimaj to win is 65% of the chat's call, which I completely agree with. I think Soriano's a little overrated. I think his knockout of Uros Medic was a bit of a fluke. It was a fluke. Come on. It was a fluke, chat. Come on. Let's keep it sincere. That was a fluky win. I think Medic is a lot more technical. It's just he's a little chinny. And Soriano's got some good power shots over the top. So, interesting lineup of votes available with Brahimaj sub, the under 2.5, Brahimaj decision, or a Soriano knockout. Fluke and I scored it, true. You like Brahimaj sub or decision? I'll read that line off for you. Let's see. Sub or decision for the Brahimaj side, if that is the world where we live. Plus 115. Still better than the money line at minus 115, but pretty close to even money there. Take out the fluke KO, and Soriano has 2 bad decision wins at welterweight. 2 mediocre performances, man. Whereas, like, I think Brahimaj is figuring it out, man. Nice submission threat. Nah, these are not members only. After this stream, I'll be doing a members only stream. But no, this is open to all. Nah, bro. Open to everybody, man. All you got to do is just hit the like button to show your support. Nah, I wasn't impressed at all with Puna's decision wins. I agree. PDX thinks Soriano's going to win, man. He's going against me, bro. The emojis are members. Yeah. Wow, 50% on this Brahimaj sub, but second place is this Soriano by KO. So there is some love from the Soriano backers going knockout. I'm assuming, they think he's going to land some thunderous punches, which is a possibility. But I think Ramiz is ready for this fight. Ramiz has been really surging as of late. Brahimaj by sub comes in first. The under 2.5 only got 11% of the vote. So not a lot of love for under 2.5, probably because it's minus 165. Not like an exciting line or anything like that gets people, perky and shit. I get it. All right, let's keep the poll running. We got a ladies fight up next that, it's a ladies fight. It's not like the Judice fight neither. All right, the poll is up. Let's keep running. Let's keep jumping. Next fight on the card, Nora Cornolle versus Jocelyn Edwards. So it's a rematch. These ladies fought over 2 years ago, and I think that Cornolle got a bit of a robbery win. They were in France, and she got the French screw job. I thought Edwards should have got that decision. Since then, she's gotten better. She's on a win streak. She did lose to Eileen Perez, but even had moments in the grappling there, and Perez is a lot better at grappling than Cornolle. Cornolle got out grappled by Carol Hosa. We saw Eileen Perez kind of maul Hosa on the ground. I think Jocelyn Edwards can absolutely do what she did last time against Cornolle, but probably with a little bit more of a statement. I just don't feel like overly confident in Edwards delivering vicious ground and pound or even potentially locking up a submission. I mean, to me, it's Jocelyn Edwards by a positionally dominant decision. Maybe some shots landing. Of course she'll hit her with something, but it's not like she, she knocked out Cachoeira, but like, come on, bro. Let's just fucking keep it honest. It's Jocelyn Edwards, though. But Nora Cornolle's a 36-year-old, kind of, I don't want to say dried out, but we know what we get. Over 2.5 is minus 250. It's probably going long here. It's a ladies fight that I think does hit that over 2.5 mark. That won't surprise me at all. Edwards decision, minus 150. That's terrible, but it's very likely. Very likely. Minus 150. What else? Edwards unanimous decision, minus 135. Edwards round 3 plus 1,600. It is a make your coffee type fight. You want Edwards round 3? All right. Why is Guru hating on our guy, Melky Costa? Why is he hating on our fucking savior, Melky Costa? It is a make a coffee type fight, though. Let's keep it a buck. It is. It's a rematch that nobody asked for. But we have it. Better than no fight, I guess. All right. Nah, we haven't done Coria yet, Saeed. Coria's coming. I'm surprised Guru picked Rowe, man. Bam. Get your votes in. Get your votes in. Nah, there won't be a robbery here. It'll be a clean Edwards decision. It's a piss break fight. You're right. Go use the bathroom. Let out whatever you got to let out. Jocelyn, she's definitely going to win. Like, I think I'd be shocked. I don't think Cornolle's gotten any better since they last fought. I think Jocelyn does look a bit better. I mean, Edwards might get checked against the higher level girls, but not Nora. 75% on Edwards' decision. I'm not even going to leave the poll up. It's so wide. What the fuck? 76% close it out. That's good. I'd rather just a decisive poll. No more Sushi Fridays, Hollow Heretic, bro. Lean J. What I do Fridays, I just get a burger, bro. No more sushi, man. And the weight's coming off. I'm down from 208.8 day one to 192.4 today. So like 16.5 pounds off in the past 6 weeks. And I feel way fucking better, man. Dead serious. Like, holy shit. So much better. I'm excited to get down to, 185. How tall are you? 5'9", bro. AJ's hacking with the weight loss. Dude, I just be strict as fuck on my diet, man. Hey, W Useless. What's up, my boy? I do feel way better, bro. Face is less puffy. Congrats. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah. The beard looks better than ever, though. I lined it up a little bit today. I like a grizzly lineup, though. I don't like it like overly lined up. Yeah, man. You can't lose shit. Calorie deficit, bro. Track some cows, bro. Burger, no bun, no cheese, extra patty lean machines over here. I cut from heavyweight to cruiser in 6 months. That's perfect, Papu. He's got to be strict, man. Beard looks good. Thanks, man. It's gotten thicker over the years for sure. I like the size right now. I like it looking big. I like it looking big and long. Big and long like the J Schlong. You understand me? Big and long like the J Schlong is crazy. I always enjoy cutting, man. It's a good feeling when you see that scale drop. You're like, fuck yeah. Five nine 185 is like Ilya walking around not on weight cut. I think Ilya walks around 5'7", 185. I think that's pretty likely. Buckley and Strickland going back and forth. Let's see if they get into it over in Houston. Buckley really just trying to keep his name in the mainstream. Smart. It's a good strategy from Buckley, man. All right. All right, all right. Yeah, Buckley's doing it right, man. He's talking his shit. So, winner of the poll, Edwards decision, obvious one. Up next, here we are. Alden Coria versus Louis Gurule. Alden Coria is going to win. And I think next fight, we'll see a picture on his profile outside is just a headshot. Listen, I think Alden's going to be busting Louis Gurule up with a lot of punches. I think he wins the battle of significant strikes. I think he wins the battle of boxing. If Jesus Aguilar is dropping Gurule a couple of times, I think Alden Coria is stopping him, kind of like Ode Osbourne did. I think it's just going to be too much volume, too much boxing pressure. Takedown defense is there. Alden Coria is a blue chip prospect. Gurule's okay. I mean, he can wrestle a bit and he's got some punching, but I just think he's completely outmatched here. Alden more experienced, right? Younger guy, training that Vans team, Texas native. This is Alden Coria's showcase spot, okay? That's exactly what this is. And I do think he'll live up to the early hype. He's a minus 415 favorite. So if you didn't bet this fight earlier in the week, at this point, I mean, you're dealing with way wider of odds. Holy shit. 4-1 line. You're looking down at it and you're thinking to yourself, how does it happen? Well, I think fight is live to end inside distance. That's plus 115. I think Coria is live to duel with the hands at plus 195. Coria KO plus 195. I think Gurule could be looking up at the lights. I think that's a possibility. Let's see. Let's see the significant strike totals. Damn, Coria most significant strikes minus 325. Shit. Coria round 1 or 2 plus 240. I think he's live for round 1 or 2. Saving strike props is minus 325, though. It's not worth it for this show. You know? All right, Coria round 1 or 2. Coria KO. How much? Gurule's got no picks. Oh, my God. Anybody think Coria doesn't get a stoppage? Because if you go Coria decision, it's only plus 135. It's not that good. A lot of crying about Strickland, yeah. People get up in the fucking arms. Strickland talks his shit. It's freedom of speech. And if you don't like it, don't listen to Sean Strickland's media day. He's going to say crazy shit. He always does. When does he not? That's just Sean Strickland, man. Something to note about Alden Coria, he does have 4 submission wins. Just, something to be said. Not saying it's likely. But he does have 4 sub wins. I think a high-paced 15 minutes of action between these two MMA math works. I think it's going to be a good fight, like a back-and-forth banger type. Bro, Coria's been finishing people. I mean, if Gurule survives, that's impressive. I think Coria knocks his ass out. I like Coria by KO, plus 195. We'll run it all through. Coria Costa parlay inside distance. Both inside distance. Denny got a chin, though. Respect on it. All right, KO plus 195. Round 1 or 2 plus 240. Coria sub all the way up at plus 1,000 for the D-gens. He does have some submissions. And then Coria decision at plus 135 to list a few off. I like KO. Obviously, Coria's been finishing, but not at UFC level. Fair. I mean, he did stop an injured Alessandro Costa last fight, though. He was injured, but he stopped him still. Some respect deserved. You don't agree with anything Sean said, but I don't give a shit. That's how I feel, Casey. Like, just because you don't agree, you're not going to let him talk his craziness? It's fucking entertainment at the end of the day. This is Sean Strickland. He says crazy shit. Don't like it? Don't watch his fucking media day. Chat, we're at 72 likes. Let's get 75 likes up in here. How many prelim fights we got left? 2 prelim fights left. We're making progress towards the main card, man. So make sure you guys be smashing the likes, showing some love to the Big J on a beautiful Thursday. Doing the members stream literally right after tonight's stream. So if you're a member, members Q&A coming. If you're not a member, well, that's your decision, bro. You should be one. Support me. Why not? So the rumor mill is UFC 328 Pereira Gan interim belt, 327 Prohashka Ulber. This is like the rumor mill of shit that I'm seeing. But again, no confirmed sources. Alex Pereira at 242. Nah. Nothing. Can I get my shout out for like 73? Fish and Fool, shout out to you. If it was crazy shit about being an opponent, I'd be a little different, but he's just being ignorant and hateful. But this is Sean Strickland, bro. Have you not seen his media days? Sean Strickland's going to talk his shit, and it's going to be fucking crazy. He does it every time. Why do people act so surprised? if you say, oh, well, I don't watch MMA because of this, bro, you just weren't a fan. I will tell you, I saw somebody post, I don't watch MMA anymore because of this. Dog, nobody talks like Sean Strickland. Just Sean Strickland. Just Sean. My predictions are garbage. Hashtag MMA Guru. Go watch Guru, man. W Guru. I got all love for Guru. I got no love for you, though. Go watch Guru, bro. You ain't got to hang out here. I don't need you. Peace. I know it's fun to stay hate watching. Where are those two cars? Wait, which one? Which one? Which one? Hey, W Kings. W Kings, my dog. Coria by KO is whooping ass in the poll. Let's fucking go, chat. Listen, Coria by KO is calling me, man. I feel good about it. I think Coria by KO is fucking live, man. I wasn't thinking about Coria by KO, the prop, yesterday. I'm telling you, bro. I always say this show like opens the eyes to more than what I even think about when I run through the card myself, you know? Coria by KO feels right. Oh, sorry, bro. Brain fart, PDX. The rumor fights I was talking about, UFC 327 main event, Prochazka Ulberg, not confirmed. Nothing real, but maybe. And UFC 328 main event, Gane versus Pereira. But it's nothing confirmed. This isn't confirmed. This is all hearsay bullshit. It's hearsay bullshit for now. I'm not saying it's definitely bullshit. I'm just saying right now it's hearsay bullshit until I hear of a notable source saying that it's true. Leaked fight, possibly, and maybe it comes out to be true. But as of right now, these are just fucking leaks. And they could be fake. Pereira said his next fight is close to being announced. I mean, odds of probability, seemingly, that Poatan is fighting for the heavyweight belt soon. But I don't know. Bro, Dan Hooker shit is going crazy right now. The Dan Hooker shit is going crazy. That's wild, man. Sean is fucking amazing. His brain is a little scrambled and he speaks his mind. More people are going to say it how it is. Reminds me a bit of an Aussie. Don't give an F what people think. Listen, he's got balls. He don't care. He believes it and he says it. Cliff notes on the Dan situation. Supposedly his ex-mistress said he's, I don't know, sleeping around with dudes and had dudes coming out of his hotel room for $325. It sounds like bullshit to me. It sounds like bullshit to me, man. I think she's just trying to badmouth him, maybe because Dan dropped her and said, I don't want nothing to do with her anymore, you know? So, remains to be seen. I don't know. It's hard to believe, bro. Some random girl. I'm not saying he didn't sleep with her, but pushing it to another side, like that's just kind of her attempt to defame the side of Dan Hooker. It doesn't seem real to me. It got so much traction because I think people love the funny side of it. Good luck, PDX. Good luck, PDX. W. Have you ever had a live with Guru? Yeah, I was on Guru's channel for the big fight companion. Poatan chin holds up at heavyweight against Gane, yeah. He's good to go against Gane. I think he'll be fine against Gane. I like his chances against Gane a lot. Interim belt's cool. So that pretty much confirms Gaethje, Topuria, White House card. If they book that fight. All right, all right. Next fight on the card as we move on up. Ode Osbourne and Alibi Idiris. I feel like I have a controversial take, but I'm seeing the chat poll going nuts right now. Ode Osbourne to win. Why does it feel very probable to me? Like I look at it and I think, okay, what's Alibi Idiris done? He's won some fights on tough against okay guys, I guess. He got mauled by Joseph Morales, but he's from Kazakhstan, so he can wrestle for sure. Like he just got mauled by Joseph Morales. Ode's got good striking, long arms, power in his hands. He's explosive. Yeah, his takedown defense is shit. But is Alibi Idiris that good of a wrestler? I think that Ode Osbourne is live to land some good shots and outstrike him. He just went to war with Urseg. Yeah, it was at 135, but still, he cracked Urseg. I don't think Alibi Idiris is top 15 level right now. I don't think Alibi Idiris is ready for Urseg. I think Alibi Idiris is a product of, being a training partner of Asu Almabayev and being a Kazakh fighter with a cool-ass foreign name and being on the Ultimate Fighter and getting a flying knee knockout. We got mauled in his debut. If Ode stops a couple of takedowns, I think he's faster and sharper on the feet. And it's not like Alibi's a 26-year-old prospect on the rise, bro. He's a 31-year-old fighter that this is what he's got. Like, how much better has he gotten since that Morales fight? Physically, he's not that imposing. Punch power-wise, not that impressive. He really likes flying knees. He kind of spams them. Ode did get flying kneed by Manel Kape, but Manel Kape is one of the best strikers in the world, at least, at 125. So I feel as though the Ode Osbourne side as an underdog is live here. I don't want to go as far as to say fraud check and a half, but like Alibi Idiris, is he ready for his next fight to be a top 15 guy? I know the Ronaldo Rodriguez fight for Ode, but he nearly finished him in round one, and that fight is a draw. If they're not doing a Noche card, that fight is a draw. It was so obviously rigged. That was a draw. That is not a loss. And then the Urseg fight was close. He knocked out Louis Gurule. Let's not act like Ode Osbourne doesn't have a win a few years ago against Charles Johnson. And then, okay, Almabayev subs him, Filio subs him. Elite grapplers, both of them. 13th UFC fight versus second? Nothing's telling me Alibi Idiris is all that good. Does he maybe pull off a decision? Absolutely possible. Absolutely is a possibility, but I think Ode's a live underdog. He's not a big underdog. He's plus 110. So reasonable chance according to the, odds makers. And over 1.5 rounds at minus 200 seems pretty likely. I actually think that's really likely. What the fuck? Over 1.5 at minus 200? All right, let's look here. Idiris by sub, 6-1 odds. Alibi Idiris, how many submission wins? 1 submission win. They're acting like Alibi just going to maul him in grappling. I think that's what people are thinking. They see Alibi Idiris from Kazakhstan, well, he's going to grapple the fuck out of him. He's not that good of a grappler. He's a striker. I think this fight's going over a round and a half for sure, but I feel like it's live to go over 2.5 as well. I think over 1.5 at minus 200 seems damn live. I think over 2.5 at minus 105 seems damn live. I think Ode is going to get a decision. Ode by decision, man. Plus 275. Makes a lot of sense to me. Ode Osbourne on the cards. I don't think Idiris knocking him out. I don't really feel hyper confident that Ode is knocking Idiris out either, though, to be fair. Like, I think it's a live fight for a split decision. Osbourne split decision plus 1,050. I think that's what happens, man. If you got Idiris, how you picking him? Go. Drop it in the damn live chat. Talk to me. In the live chat, talk to me. If you're picking Alibi Idiris, tell me, how do you have him winning? I want to know. I'll write it down. I want to know. How does he win? How does he do it? How? How does he get it done? Decision? Idiris decision seems like people are thinking it. What's up, Cool Breeze, Tony? What's up, my boy? Hey, W of R. Listen, I'm glad I can give you a proper preview and breakdown of these savages. All right. All right, all right. Osbourne split, Osbourne decision, over 2.5, over 1.5. I'm giving you a weird ass poll to vote on. Sorry, Alibi Idiris backers. Nobody's with you. You can just sit on the side. You don't have to bet it. Just because we're talking about it, I don't mean you got to bet on it. Also, chat, 83 likes. I want 90 up in here. 90 before we get to the main card, at least. We got one more prelim after this. We got Chidi Bang Bang up next. My OG fave, bro. I always love Chidi, but I don't know. Yeah, I think Ode live to win. 100 income? Absolutely 100 likes incoming. Bro, we should get 200 likes on this stream, to be honest, live. So spam the likes, man. YouTube, pump the algorithm 10%. We need 200 likes tonight. We need the likes moving, man. If you're watching, you got to be hitting the likes. The most in-depth breakdown possible. Days Dreamer, thank you for $4.99, you generous gem to society. I appreciate the donation. Sergey Spivak, serious line movement. Sergey's gone from plus 165 to plus 115. Ante opened up minus 200 and is now minus 135. Just wanted to let everyone know. I think that we see a victory for the side of Ante. I feel very good about Ante mauling him. So I agree with the movement, and I think the betting side of Spivak is intriguing, more so because it's bringing this Ante line down. Is there an injury on Ante Delija that we don't know about? I mean, to be fair, though, line opened February 8th, dude. It's slowly moved. That is weird. That is weird, but I like Ante. Thank you for $4.99. Hopefully the fight's not canceled. My God. Thank you for the dono, bro. I hope the fucking fight's not canceled, man. Hey, Mr. Peter Griffin, LK959. Thank you for the 5. You sold my old car that I had for a decade. Help me honor her properly with a saucy parlay to bet the sale money on. Got to pay off the new car. All right, we're going simple and beautiful. Delija better not be injured because I got Delija and Melquizael Costa 2-leg. But if you don't want Delija, I think Alden Coria is good to go. You put him with Melky, you should be dancing on W's. There you go. Thank you for the dono, bro. I had to get a cool stretch in real quick. There's no proof of Delija being injured. It's all hearsay bullshit. The lock of the week is fired. W hollow. I'm excited as fuck for it. All right. So I'm going to close out this poll. Ode Osbourne by decision. Clear winner at plus 275. Takes the lead in first place by a wide margin. I'm in agreement with the people. I think we're on to something good. I think we got the foresight to make some magic happen. I agree with the chat. We'll say, though, he is live for that split decision. Don't call me crazy, bro. It's possible. Possible. All right. Feature prelim up next. Feature prelim up next, chat. Yo, walking W's. Feature prelim up next. Get your votes up in the poll. Feature prelim. We're on a roll. All right. You know I do timestamps while I do this show live? Bro, call me multitask savage, Jay. That's pretty badass. All right. We got the featured prelim. Chidi Bang Bang and Njokuani versus Carlos Leal. You know, I feel all twisted inside about this fight. This fight makes me feel stressed, bro. Here's what I'll say. I think you have to assume that Carlos Leal's pressure is a difference maker, but Chidi's got some dangerous Muay Thai. Leal's a walking red flag. I'm going to tell you straight. I ain't betting on Chidi at only plus 110. And I'm not betting on Leal at minus 130 because I'll tell you, it's one of those fights where there's an argument that's valid for both sides. I think this is one of the hardest fights to pick on the card. Chidi has good Muay Thai, body teeps, close elbows and knees. Leal has heavy punches in close range. He's got good forward pressure, and he does have good clinch pressure and a threat of some wrestling. Chidi 37, Leal 31. You got to sit and really ponder what if, you know? This fight is expected to end early, man. I just feel like fight going distance is plus 400. I know it's kind of, bro, fight goes distance. Fuck it. At plus 400, fight goes distance? What? This feels like a fight that's live to go distance. Chidi's not chinny. Chidi might miss weight, though, so things could get testy. Bro, fight goes distance plus 400. Leal KO plus 160. What's Leal KO round one? Leal KO round one. Let's do that. Leal KO round one plus 400. He puts him away early, breaks him. Chidi KO round two plus 700. I'm doing D-Gen only because I just don't feel like this is a fight you really look at a spark down the center on any like high confidence shit. Chidi does have a nice size advantage. Chidi by decision plus 700. Leal by decision also plus 700. Bro, this fight's so live for a split. What fight ends in a split decision? Split or majority decision plus 800. Jesus. You like a Chidi KO? Chidi by KO is plus 160, dude. You guys like Chidi by knockout that much? I mean, if you want, I'll put it in there. I don't know. I'm thinking split decision. Fuck it. I don't know, bro. This is a weird-ass fight. 50-50 matchup. If it ends by KO, I think Leal could get him early. I think Leal could potentially put him out in round 1. I think if Chidi wins by stoppage, it's probably round 2. This is a fight I stay away from. It's a coin flip. Chidi round 2 is very live. All right. D-Gen only options in the prop poll. Paul Craig Balato vibes. No contest incoming. A no contest would actually make a lot of sense here. Or the fight just doesn't happen. Chidi misses weight. Fight's canceled. Like, I just don't really feel overly confident that we're even going to see this fight Saturday. Chidi's had some weight cutting issues before. He's better when he misses weight at 170. So he's better when he's a middleweight fighting welterweights. Yeah. I no like, bro. I no like it. My brother, I no like this shit. I do like the like button moving, though. Oh, shit. Thank you guys for 100 likes. Yo, I salute to the chat. Cheers. Thank you for the 100. White Monster. The only energy drink I've done. You going Chidi, Raj? Listen, he's a slight underdog. He's live. He's live, bro. It's a coin flip fight. I feel twisted with the call. I like Chidi a lot. This one, I'm a little worried. I don't know. I think it's going to be close. No more monster. That's it, bro. One and done. One and done. One and done, Jay Raj. Do the Johnny the Greek. I got you. I'm laying it down on the value side. Chidi and Njokuani towards the betting market as the underdog with a lot of money coming in. At times, favoring the side of the public is a bad strategy. But this Saturday in Houston, I think we have a very live public underdog here in Chidi and Njokuani. There you go. What's up, 49er, bro? W, man. It's a bounce back week for you for sure. W. Don't call it a comeback. He's been here for years. Don't call it a comeback. Bro, Chidi round 2 KO is blowing up in the poll. Blowing up. Blowing up. Blowing up, bro. Judice KO minus 140. Edwards minus 350. Chidi Leal 1.5 rounds minus 158. I mean, it's live at plus 171, but Chidi Leal could be some weird shit, Ultra. Very live for some weird shit. I mean, if you're Leal, he should grapple. Impose his will a little. Chidi, bang, 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 but bang, bang, bang. Chidi by knockout round 2. The D-Gen call of the masses. Listen, maybe Chidi does get it round 1. There we go. W to the people, man. W, 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 W. W, man. Yaguan, it's a W, man, G. We're already ready for the main card. This is fucking crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fights left, bro. A PropAholics episode. We're already on the main card. My word. 4th installment of PropAholics this year. And it's feeling damn good. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Thank you guys for 110 likes. You guys have been very loving and generous with the like button smashes throughout the entire prelim portion of the show. But we're getting prepared for the main card portion of the show. Now, I used to do Ripskis before the main card of the lunchtime live, or rather the late night live. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But I wanted to say a sincerest W to the chat. I do want to do a quick X check. All right. Not triple X like Dan Hooker, just an X check. If Prohashka and Allberg is live. Oh my God. Retirement chat. AJ Cunningham is retired. AJ Cunningham is retired. The Prohashka Alberg rumors are going fucking mad. Holy shit. I guess we'll see if it's true. I don't know. I don't know. All right. We're going to run it up to the main card now. All right. I hope you guys have been enjoying the vibe. Hope you guys have been enjoying the show. I'm excited. 6 fights left. Cheers. Main card time. Zach Reese versus Michelle Pereira. I'm going Zach Reese because I just don't trust in a skidding Michelle Pereira who has progressively looked worse in his most recent losses. I get it, though. It's Zach fucking Reese. I know, but he's a pretty athletic striker. He's got heavy body kicks. He's got some power in his punches. Got some submission threats. Pereira's middleweight run is quick finishes, and that's it, and then losses. So, like, if you're Pereira, it's like if he gets him out early in Pereira fashion, yes, it's live for sure. He puts a pace on him. But what if he doesn't knock Zach Reese out in 2.5 minutes, dude? What if he doesn't land the backflip, you know? I just don't feel overconfident in Michelle Pereira in this spot. Actually, the better take is I just don't feel confident in Michelle Pereira in this spot at all. I'd rather just sit out. But I'm going to go with Zach Reese. It's not so much of a wow, Zach Reese is incredible, but more of a, I think Michelle Pereira's past his prime. If Zach Reese survives the early onslaught, he should be able to outwork and finish a gassed Michelle Pereira here. And I guess I'm going to bank on the gas tank of Michelle Pereira continuing to suck and Zach Reese being durable and smart enough to survive round 1 chaos. Now, of course, if you're picking Michelle Pereira and you're not picking him to win in round 1, what are you really doing? Pereira round 1 sits at plus 225. That's his most likely method of victory. Then if you think Reese wins it, it would probably be maybe even later stage round 1, but I think he's live in round 1 or 2 at plus 250. Okay. Under 2.5 is minus 275. Fight ends inside the distance, minus 325. Fight doesn't start round 3, minus 225. What's Reese by sub? Plus 650. Reese chokes out a gas Michelle Pereira. You think he's injured? Why wouldn't he get his shit fixed? Why wouldn't he get it fixed, bro? You think Pereira easy? Easy, bro. Be careful. Reese wins the poll at 60%. The people are liking Reese. The chat is liking Reese. All right, let's see. Let's throw the poll options up for the props. Pereira round 1, Reese round 1 or 2 at plus 250. I mean, he didn't necessarily almost lose to McVeigh, but he was getting elbowed in the face hard. All right. Boom. I'm doing plus money with a little chalk in the mix. Something magic, man. You like Reese decision? Good luck. I spelled doesn't wrong. Jesus. What is Reese by decision? Reese to win on the judges' scorecards is plus 550 if you like it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, my brother. I don't know, my brother. The sweatiest decision ever. Sweaty decision, savage mode. AJ flexing the rumored gift for English growing up. Wait, what do you mean? The rumored gift. What do you mean? What you mean, man? Think they're both gonna gas? Maybe. When am I going to Dagestan? Not going to Dagestan, bro. No Dagestan for me. Oh, the high school gifted English student stuff. Oh, okay. Oh, I was confused with what you meant. Thought you meant about one of the news announcements we were discussing. I very gifted in high school English. It's very true. My best subject, man. You're cracking on my spell. It was a typo, bro. I know how to spell doesn't. I know. Michelle Pereira listed at 32, but very well could be 38. Pereira needs the first round finish. He does. Poll is close. I'm going to leave it up a little longer. Get some final votes in. Get your last cracks. Hey, Tristan Patchlofer. Thank you for 199. Cycle. Pereira KO, Gene sub, Ode decision. I mean, if you think Pereira KO, then yeah. Jean Paul sub, I think decision. Ode decision is live. So I say risky, bro. Thank you for 199, though. Bobby Green is out against Zellhuber. Actually, y'all just trolling me, bro. Because I be getting trolled constantly in the fucking chat. Damn. Close ass poll. Even Stevens on Pereira round 1 or Reese round 1 or 2. Bobby pulled out saying he didn't agree to fight. What? Say's tried to press him into it. So what the fuck happens then next week? Nobody's taking it on short notice. I guess maybe they get like a local Mexican fighter. Pereira round 1 is 34%. Reese round 1 or 2 is 33%. So essentially a draw. Right down the center is the voting poll of the masses. But dude, the lock feels like fight doesn't start round 3. You know? Slow day at work. You get to catch a live. Hey, let's go, Kai Papa. What's up, my boy? Damn, son. I mean, it's either Pereira finish or Reese finish. I don't think we're going to the distance. Somebody's getting put out. All right, let's keep running, man. Let's get ready for the next fight. Next fight on the card. It's actually updated. New fight. We have Josiah Harrell versus the prospect on the rise, Jacoby Smith. Both prospects, but one is the UFC's prospect. I think Jacoby Smith is the A side, but Josiah Harrell's a tough customer. I was actually excited to see the analytical side of the chat when it comes down to this fight, because I think Smith has more power and I think he's the better wrestler. But the problem with him is he's a guy that blitzes people and he could potentially gas. Harrell, undefeated as a pro. Hard to take out an undefeated guy. Battle of 11 and 0s. Stance switch hitter in Harrell. Good jiu-jitsu game. Probably better jiu-jitsu. Jacoby Smith might be in a position where you could end up being forced into the later stages. I think for Smith, it's probably a KO or decision. I don't think he's submitting Harrell, who's a pretty sound grappler. I look at the odds for the fight, and the money line is, minus 310 for Smith, so very wide. Harrell deserves some respect on the other side, but he is taking on a week's notice. Let's see. What's Smith, KO or decision? Do they have that available? They do not have it available right now. What the fuck? Smith by KO plus 210. Smith by decision plus 200. I mean, Smith's name of his game is knockout, even though he's got submission. It's like his name of his game is knockout. Now, over 1.5 is actually expected. It's minus 175. Under 1.5 plus 153. I do feel like this fight's live to end early, though. Like, I don't feel like with Jacoby Smith's style, you can just guarantee Josiah Harrell survives the early onslaught. I feel like under 1.5 is more live than maybe it seems. I think Smith is going to knock him out. Not many people on Harrell here. Smith round 1 plus 250. Smith round 2 sitting at plus 425. Smith KO round 1 plus 475. I could see it. I could see him blitzing Harrell and making it look easy. I got to be real. All right, I'm going to throw these options here. If you got Josiah Harrell, do me a favor. How are you picking him? Submit, bro. That sounds fucking weird. Submission? If you got Josiah Harrell, how are you picking it? Harrell by sub would be his Hail Mary. Plus 700. But Smith by KO seems likely. I don't know. I think this fight goes under. I think it's a violent fight for as long as it lasts. Harrell's sub game is good, though. But Harrell, he's never fought somebody like this, bro. Jacoby Smith is a hyper elite athlete with serious knockout power, an aggressive style, the UFC experience. I got to favor Smith's explosive ability here. Smith is like a plus 250 underdog. He's a big dog. Or Smith. What am I saying? Harrell. He's like a minus 310 favorite, Smith. You don't like any of the options? What do you like, love? Smith via having a belly button. That is a key strategy in fighting. Having a belly button tends to lead to the win. I think you're 100% right, bro. Savage Z with the sophisticated take. Smith 3-1. Yeah, he's a fat favorite. Fat favorite for a reason, though. Fat favorite status for him. Smith by KO is leading by a good portion here. Smith by KO seems like the confident call of the masses. I'm going to close out the poll because Smith by KO is in a position where he ain't going to lose that spot. 47% Smith by KO. Harold by sub only gets 11. So Smith to win feels like the right side of everything. You guys, you know what's crazy, guys? I didn't realize I didn't have the fucking I didn't have the tail of the tape up that whole time. Damn. Sorry about that. I thought I had the tail of the tape. I took the tail of the tape down. I never put it back. My fault. My fault. Damn. Lucky I'd be doing timestamps beforehand. That would have been a nightmare. Shit. Shit. Damn. That's crazy. That is noob casual J shit. Harold's little, bro. Smith's got a good size advantage. Jacoby is built for power, built for explosiveness. It's a tough style, man. I think too much. I think it'll be too much. I think so. All right, I'm throwing the poll for the next fight up. Smith by KO wins. It's the pick of the masses here. All right, let's keep on moving up this card. Ooh, this next one's good. Heavyweights going after it with Sergey Spivak and Ante Delija. So I believe in Ante Delia's explosive ability, his defensive wrestling, his hand speed, the fact that he does more damage with strikes. Whereas Spivak on the other side is more of, if he's got the grappling edge, maybe he takes you down. Could be cage pressure, calculated control. But he doesn't respond well to the big shots. I'd say he's a little bit chinny. And he's dealing with an aggressive Ante Delija who's looking to put hammers on his face. Big striking advantage. Way too much of a striking advantage for me to look past. Way too much. And of course, I favor the side of the aggressive and violent striking style that we see from Ante Delija. To close the gap, throw some heavy shots, I think do some serious fucking damage too. To rip them apart with heavy shots. Bust them open with big punches. Back them up and make them uncomfortable. What's up, Flagor Pubulus? What's up, my dog? Yeah, I think Ante Delija is ready to go. I do. I feel like Delija KO is just screaming at me. He's got probably a first or second round KO as the likely time. His style's aggressive. I like the aggressive style. Delija KO ranges from plus to minus 110. I like that. I think that happens. Spivak's grappling is dangerous, but Delija is a good defensive wrestler. If you like Spivak, you're probably considering him how? Decision or sub? Under 1.5 is minus 132. Delija wins round 1 or 2 plus 125. Delija by unanimous decision is plus 575. Delija winning by unanimous decision is not crazy. Him winning by decision is not some outlandish take. I mean, I think Delija could win by decision. He's won decisions before. Minus 142 is a nice line for him. I like minus 142. Hold on. Big J's getting some fucking midstream hunger, man. This portion of the show is brought to you by Quest. You hungry? You're not you when you're hungry. But you don't need a Snickers bar. Instead, have a Quest bar. One a day, doable. You won't shit your brains out off one a day, but two will be terrible for your gut. You bet Sergey Spivak when you're hungry, bro. It's a mistake. This one tastes pretty good, H-Room. A Goy bar is crazy. Tastes fucking delicious, man. I don't know who does own Quest. I have learned that from experience of art. If you eat like 2 a day, bro, you're going to be shitting your brains out, dude. I don't recommend it. You may wake up with shit in your underwear in the morning. I'm highly against more than 1 a day. You know what I've been eating lately, though, chat? Oh, my God. Kraft has these fucking big cheese sticks. It's like reduced fat cheese, 17 grams of protein. Holy fuck, bro. Godsend. Joe Phillips, it's been good, brother. How you doing? What's up? Really good, man. High recommend them. They got cheddar, pepper jack. Bruh. Cutting secrets, bro. Cutting secrets with Big J. I haven't been eating like that much meat, bro. I've been doing like 6 to 8 ounces ground chicken. I'll have eggs in the morning with egg white. I'll have like the protein bar and a cheese stick. And I'll have like a fucking 2 scoops of a protein powder at night. Bro. Perfection. Yeah, it's Kraft, bro. It's good. I don't think Spivak doing anything funny. I don't believe in Spivak. Delija KO is it. I don't do grilled chicken, bro. I do ground chicken. Bro, money line is a great option here. You can just money line it. You know, at a bettable money line range. Never heard of Kane Singleton. Who is that? I don't know who that is. Bro, if it moves more, yeah. Yo, if Delija becomes an underdog, what the fuck? Delija KO won the poll with 80%. It's not even a contest, bro. Not even a contest. Not even a competition. It's of a wide variety. I guess really it's not of a wide variety. It's all Delija by KO. All right. Poll is moving. Get your votes up in the poll. Because we need your votes. Your votes are what separates this show from anything else. Let's get to the next fight. We got Dan Ige versus Melky Costa. I'm picking the side of Melky Costa to win. I like his ability to strike with all 8 limbs. I like the fact that he's on a nice 5-fight win streak and is surging right now. I don't like the fact that Dan Ige changed his nickname to 100 grand Dan. I know it was 50K based on the old bonus structure, but 50K Ige is legendary. Now 100 grand? 100 grand just don't move the same. Now, Dan Ige's got some good hands, though. Nice boxing, rips some nice punches. You know, if you fuck around in the pocket, you could get caught. But I like Melquizael Costa a lot. I like Melky's style. Melky's ground game's good, too. I think you could out-grapple Dan Ige in certain spots. You know, at the end of the day, Dan Ige gets a lot of praise for taking tough losses. You know, his wins are okay. The most recent 3 wins, I'm going to read them off to you. Nate Landwehr, Andre Feely, and Sean Woodson. Not spectacular wins. And to be fair, that Sean Woodson fight, I felt like could have went a little longer, a little early at the time, but is what it is. And then losses to Pitbull, Murphy, Diego Lopez, Bryce Mitchell, Movzar Vloyev, Josh Emmett, Chan Sung Jung back in the day, Calvin Cater. Dan Ige is a grizzled fucking vet, 11-9 in the UFC. He's a savage journeyman. He's very 50-50. I think Melky's ready for the top 15. I think Melky can use some grappling. I think Melky's striking matches Dan Ige. Different, right? Rangier striking. I think Melky can win. You took Melky over 1.5 takedowns. I think it's live. You thought he beat Mitchell? Honestly, he could have got that Bryce Mitchell decision. Fair. He did more damage. It's minus 212 from Melky on the money line, so it is a little wide towards the Melky side. But I do think it's his time. I feel like now is the Melky Costa time, not the Dan Ige time. Costa by decision, minus 150. Of course, that makes the most sense. He's coming off of a sick head kick KO. Is there a possibility of Costa being the first guy to stop Dan Ige? If you think so, it's plus 425. This fight to go over 2.5 sits at minus 280. Wow. My God. I think Costa decision makes the most sense. By far. If you like Ige on the opposite side, I mean, Ige on a split decision, what's that? Plus 1,200? Ige decision, 5-1 odds. I don't think Ige's putting Costa out either. Ige on a decision is 5-1. My God. Oh my word. 84% are on Melky Costa. Also, chat, we're at 127 likes. Yo, let's get 130 up in here. Keep the thunder rolling for PropAholics. We just hit hour 2. Let's get 130 likes. Donna, Donna, Donna. Melky is our shooter, bro. Melky's the fucking man. I can just feel that it's Melky Costa's time all week, bro. Come on. Danige celebrated because of his L's. But we got to look at the reality, the matter of fact of truth here. The side of Melky Costa is very live to go out and thrive. And I like him and Ante Delija as a 2-leg lock city parlay for a reason. I do. I think Melky beats Danige's last 3 opponents. Last 3 opponents or last 3 wins? Costa just threw the money line. That's what I think, yeah. 2-leg parlay Costa is the money call for me. Ige can box in range. Melky's sharper from distance. I think Melky's a bit quicker. And I think that Melky is the A side. I stole the 2-leg lock and added Strickland. WPDX. That's your fucking mystical PDX Hoya lock of the card. I think Melky could beat Pitbull as well. Yeah, I like Melky's chances. He looked scary as fuck 2 months ago against Sharier. After some time off, he looked better than ever. And now breaking into the top 15, it's a big deal for him. I'm excited for it. I saw Justin James was suspended for coke. That's unfortunate, man. He's having too much fun, man. Way too much fun. Costa's your lock. Let's go, Stormy Normie. The people are crazy about Costa by decision. I mean, he's blowing the fucking roof off the place. At minus 150, Costa decision is taking a clear lead. Dude, I think Costa's our guy this week. Melky Costa has been my guy on the rise for a while. And I think putting him up with Delija feels right. Delija deserves some karmic justice after the unfortunate Waldo fight. And I think he's going to get it as well. It's going to be great shit. It's going to be great shit. This Saturday's card is fucking fantastic. I really love, I love the fight nights, man. He does have the cop stash that adds just 5 years of age. You're right. It does add 5 years of age. All right. The polls are moving, man. The votes are going. Let's go, chat. We got 2 fights left. Co-main event. Jeff Neal versus Uros Medic. This fight feels so split, right? Neal gets violently chinned by Carlos Prates. And now, it seems like the consensus is he's live to go out again. He did get knocked out years ago, 2017, by Kevin Holland. That's pre-UFC. In the UFC, the only guy who ever stopped him was Carlos Prates, who is the fucking boogeyman of the weight class. Uros Medic is a sharp shooting southpaw from the outside, and it's a fun battle of southpaws. Neal's close range boxing is dangerous. I'll tell you this. If this fight went distance, my head will be spun on its fucking absolute I don't know. Absolute axis, I guess. I don't fucking know. Medic gets put out and has co-main and Soriano way down the card. Hey, he's in the better graces with the UFC because of the last two. Fight ends by KO is 5-1 odds. All right, Neal by KO is minus 140. On the other side, Medic by KO is plus 250. Shavkat stopped him with a submission, but to be fair, he was in the fight. Like, Jeff Neal was dogfighting with Ian Gary and Shavkat. And now he's got no hope in this one. Now it's just fight over. That's what the, consensus is. Right. Sober Neal might be on the title run. Yo, Neal's got fucking mad power, dude. Neal's live in round 1. I don't love the odds of it, but I think first round's live. Medic got dropped by Urbina. Like, I'm not forgetting about that. You're betting under 1.5? Under 1.5 is minus 175. It's one of those fights, though, where I do think it ends early. It's probably a 1-round fight. Fight doesn't start round 2 is minus 115. I think Neal's live to put him out in round 1, dude. They're going to say after this fight, yo, man, people forgot. Jeff Neal's got power in his hands. People forget that Jeff Neal can crack. People forget Jeff Neal's a gamer, man. It's like you get put out in round 1 by Prates, and now the same thing happens with Euros Medic. I just don't understand. I don't get it. I don't see it. I think KO's coming. Sorry to switch the subject, but I'm in deep on Ramiz. A lot of people now picking Puna lines, changing back to Puna. What do you think? Bro, I'm going Ramiz. People forget, man. They forget that Jeff Neal went to a split decision with Ian Gary and had Gary running from him. They forget that he fucking destroyed RDA. He still was hurting him with shots. He broke him. There's no respect on Jeff Neal for some reason. And he's obviously a money line favorite at minus 210, but there is a lot of underdog love on Euros Medic this week. I think Neal is live to drop some tremendous punches. The Shavkat fight, to be fair, it was 3 years ago. But does that mean it's over for Jeff Neal at 35? It's not like Jeff Neal's 38. Like, is Jeff Neal really past it? He fought his addiction off. I don't know. Hands of Steel Neal. Live to land thunder. Mike Finch is calling the Medic side, but I'm going Neal. Hands of Steel Neal. Still got some dog left in him. You don't like how he fought his addiction off? Might be worse for him. Might be worse. Off the addiction is worse. Chat, we're at 131 likes. I want to close out this stream with at least 150. We got the main event coming up next, and we'll quickly talk parlays before we start the members stream. So smash the fuck out of the like button, man. YouTube, pump the algorithm for me, yo. We want 150 likes up in here. We're at 131. Really, we should have 180 likes, but 150 is sound. Neal by KO taking a big lead early. Finch picked Michael Chandler or Patty with good. Hey, W premium picks, man. UFC H-Town is about to be amazing. I can't fucking wait. I'm so happy we got fights every Saturday again. Oh, makes me so happy, dude. Back on business in a big way, Jay. Gable Stevenson's fight. It's on YouTube. What time does it start? Gable Stevenson. Let's see. Oh, it's still the prelims. Main card not till. Oh, I guess the main card's on now. But how many fights, bro? Hey, W round by round. You enjoy the fuck out of UFC Ottawa. Hey, what's up, Ricky Padilla? My dog. We're back on business. Jay's up in here. Listen, Neal by KO is blowing the fucking prop pole out the damn roof, man. Hey, WRF, cook up your magic, bro. What do you got for me? I'm still doing members after this, bro. It's not like the convo is ending soon. We got a full members Q&A to do after the shit. Bana. When they gonna announce Miami? Maybe next week with the rumor mill running. Neal by KO 48%. Neal by KO is the call of the masses. The call of the freaking masses, bro. Let's go. It's more people vote and help with the algo. It helps with the clarity of the confident calls of the chat. That's the main incentive for it. That's the truest reason, man. Donna. You like Neal KO under 2 rounds in 60 seconds at minus 120? Badass and balls. Holy shit. But it's got to be better than minus 120. All right. Main event. Sean Strickland and Anthony Hernandez. My pick for this fight is the fluffy side. I'm going Hernandez to win. So I like his ability, assuming he is the fighter, putting the opposition, being Sean Strickland, on the back foot. Hernandez has a very good pressure-based style and extremely high-level cardio with elite caliber grappling and strong wrestling. Sean Strickland has good boxing, but peppering volume shots more than anything else. Defensively, he's sound in the grappling department, but he's really never fought at 185, a grappler to this caliber, and a grappler that doesn't gas. And I think that Anthony Hernandez is going to look to back Strickland up, and I think he can time some key takedowns. And I think he can get to a dominant position. And I think he can threaten Sean Strickland as they tie up and are on the ground. And I think we could see Strickland in some trouble with his back taken, especially tired in the later stages of the fight. This shit could get interesting. I really think that Anthony Hernandez has the stylistic kryptonite to defeat Sean Strickland, especially a Strickland that looked completely flat last fight against Duplessis. Granted, different styles, absolutely. If Strickland's on the back foot, I don't see him winning this fight. And Fluffy's grappling game is sensational. The best jiu-jitsu Strickland has really faced off with. And I feel like you have to ride the momentum of 8 wins in a row is a factor. Anthony Hernandez is a motherfucking problem, yo. He's a huge favorite at minus 255. He's expected to go out and win. True, Delija didn't put up a fight at all, but Delija, a grappler that trains with Strickland. Hernandez by submission, plus 265. Strickland by decision plus 350. What's Hernandez wins round 4 submission? Sub round 4 plus 1,300. It's actually not as good as I would have hoped. For a 4th round sub, I thought it would look better than that. I thought it would be better than that. I mean, to be fair, though, Fluffy's a veteran. He's not some prospect. Fluffy's been around, yo. He's a long-time staple of the roster now. He's like an OG staple of the roster. All right, I'm throwing some options because the poll is relatively competitive. We'll do some Strickland side, too. All right. Hernandez sub round 4, Strickland decision. Hernandez sub just in general. Wow, over 2.5 is minus 525. Let's see. Damn. Hernandez most takedowns minus 4,000. Hernandez rounds 3 or 4 plus 500. Let's put that in there. Yo, Arf, my dog, thank you for the 279. 27.99. My guy. Judice, KO, Brahimaj sub, Edward decision, 8-1, Psycho, prelim style. I'm with you 100%. Thank you for getting the dono train running. You're a certified gangster, bro. Yeah, I agree. I agree with all the calls. I agree with all the calls. Decision only. Let's see. Strickland finish no action plus 200. Hernandez finish equals no action minus 290. That's weird. Looking at the poll, it's relatively competitive, 66%, leaning towards the side of Hernandez to get it done, which I agree with. Not crazy by any sense of the word. Let's see. What options do the polls get the people jumping? All right, let's get it in. All right. If Strickland wins, you got to assume it's a decision. Fluffy sub is live, but to be fair, Fluffy could get it on the cards too. You think Strickland best underdog of the year so far? Let's see. Let's see if that point is fucking proven, man. We got Saturday to find out everything. Will I cry if it goes that way? Probably. No, I'll be happy for Strickland, but I do think that Fluffy style is a potential kryptonite. I do. I believe it. It's a hype-ass main event. It's a great fight. Shit's fantastic. Chat, we're at 136 likes. Get me 150 likes up here. Make sure you guys smash the like button. Get your main event poll votes in and smash the damn like button. Bum, 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 bum. Yo, Fluffy versus Hamza. That's the fight they want to book. Fluffy decision. It's a good pick, KZ. Fluffy decision. What are the odds for that? Plus 135. Probable. Definitely probable. 1,000%. Definite probability of such. 100%, 100%. Bro, the people are liking that fluffy sub line the most right now. Fluffy 4-5 decision. That's a solid prop too. I like that. What is the line for that, Love MMA? What's the number on it? Bump, 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 bump. Became a huge Fluffy guy after the Copy Law fight. And Copy Law's a sharpshooter. Savage for that. Fluffy's he's been around. I remember when he knocked out fucking Beverly Hills Ninja years ago. Throwback Contender Series fight. Damn, Fluffy by sub is taking a strong lead in the poll. You got Fluffy, but PDX being on Strickland has me worried. Yeah, listen, PDX got good calls, but he about to be wrong at some point. He's destined to be wrong at some point. I think this is the one. Jacoby Smith odds went from minus 330 to minus 290. Some underdog love on the other side for sure. All right, I'm going to close out this poll, and I'm going to run a little alternate action. So, easy first place, Hernandez sub. And then second place is Hernandez round 3 or 4. Third place, Strickland decision. Obviously, last place, Hernandez sub round 4. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a Hernandez decision at plus 135 as a votable option with the rest of the lineup. But I think, you know, the sub is sensible. I just want to see if that stays at number 1 or if the people like decision more. All right, get your votes in there. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. You thought Kopylov would knock him out? I mean, it makes sense. The striking of fucking Kopylov looking sharp. Thinking he can get through a guy who, you know, just consistently presses forward, but it's been proven otherwise, man. Fluffy's got a chin on him. And he can take some body shots, too. Yeah, Strickland hasn't been Mr. KO in a long time. Strickland's a round winner. A decisionator, a round winner. A good round winner of sorts, though. Like, not like, you know, he's not beating elite guys, but let's see. Damn, Hernandez by decision is whooping ass right now. Hernandez by decision out to a huge lead. Shit. Oh my God. Holy shit. Damn. New winner is actually Hernandez on the cards. Part 2 poll. Hernandez sub comes in second place. Damn, son. Hernandez decision at 42, sub at 27. Strickland's still way at the bottom now. Strickland beating elite guys. Imavov, Izzy, Allen. Young Allen. True Izzy, yes. Imavov, short notice fight. Interesting. Fluffy injured rumors is the only thing stopping me from betting him. Fair point, Paco. If he's injured, man, might be a fucking game set match bullshit up in here. But I believe in Fluffy. I believe it's Fluffy time, chat. I do. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Fluffy time. Oh, yeah. Don't you sleep on the fluff, man. He's ready with a motherfucking plan. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Listen, we got one section left, and we got to talk some prop parlays. Okay? Let's look at some things here. So throughout the night, there have been a variety of calls from the masses. 46% of the community think Judice gets a knockout. Okay. 44% thought Lebosnoyani wins the decision. And Brahimaj by sub at plus 155 got 48%. So let's look at something interesting here. Jean-Paul Lebosnoyani. Odds may vary from what we know, but let's just use it. Lebosnoyani by decision, right? We'll put him in the slate. Brahimaj by sub. We'll put him in the slate. Puna makes a mistake and gets choked. I don't know where the regular sub call is. Brahimaj sub, bam, all right. And Judice were to win by knockout. This is a perfect world scenario. Nearly plus 2,000 for the perfect world scenario. Giles and Edwards gets a decision. Granted, it's in the ugly favorite status, but probable. Plus 3,948. Alden Coria by KO is a confident call from the masses, too. Where's our boy Alden? There he is. You could just fucking risk it on the prelims, man. Plus 12,494. Now, it's women's MMA. And if you're like, I'm worried. I don't want to put Judice on there by KO. Let me sit out. You still got plus 6,000. You're like, as much as I think I like Brahimaj, maybe Soriano doesn't get subbed. Okay, listen. Understood. Boom. Plus 2,000 for Coria by KO, Edwards, and Lebosnoyani for a decision. Now, if you're like, I don't trust in Jean Paul. I don't know this fucking guy. He hasn't proven shit to me yet. What if he sells? Okay. Plus 509, Edwards by decision, and Coria by knockout. Still a likely outcome, I feel. Considerably high likely even. And then looking towards some of the main card calls of the masses, right? We have Jacoby Smith by knockout, which for some reason isn't there, but at plus 210, actually probable. Plus 1789. But if you don't like him, you say, fuck it. I like my dog Delija. I trust in him a little more. He fought at a high level for a long time. Plus 1240 to mix in a little magic there. You like Melky Costa on the scorecards, which I do think is very probable. Melky to win a decision. Come on, it's Danny Ige. He doesn't get finished. Plus 2,313. And if you believe in Neal, you say he ain't washed, and you'll see. You got plus 4,169 up in here. You go in DJ and Savage mode. I think some of these crazy shits is live to hit. Under 2.5 seems like a lock there. My God, we can go nuts up in here. But you guys, you see where it can go when you mix in the props? Miller is shredded, but Judice is definitely going to piece her up. I completely agree. Hey, W. Robert Gerard, I'm doing fantastic, man. Listen, I hope you guys enjoyed an in-depth rundown of everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to the members only stream. So if you're a member, you're going to get auto redirected. If you're not a member and you want to become one, you always can. Never any pressure. But if you do, you get the members only stream, the Discord, get the fucking emojis, and you're blessing the boy with a little love. Okay. So we're going to get into the member shit. Big W to the chat. Smash the likes on your way out. If it's your first time watching, subscribe. I'll be live for lunchtime tomorrow. And then I'm doing the weigh-in recap show after the ceremonial weigh-in. So lots of content on the cusp. And keep it locked in with your boy. Thanks for watching PropAholics. Another banger episode. And the members stream starts in just a minute. Okay? So if you want to be a member, link it up. Bang, bang, bang. Where is it? Members only link right here. Look at that. Look at that beauty. Bam. I'll link it up to the chat. Bam. There you go. Okay. I'll get the timestamps up for you guys in this right here. I'm literally putting the timestamps in right now. Boom. Timestamps are in. Okay. we are. Bang. Everything is set. Look at that. Look at the on point Jay doing timestamps during the show. Call me one of a kind, Jay. One of a kind, Jay. Hey, you missed the whole stream, Braden, but we're doing members. 3, 2, 1, peace.